I have a big problem with this account. My POH looks, in a word, terrible. You see, this episode I will be obtaining my 100th collection log item on the account, aka my 100th chunk. I'm dubbing this as a season finale, the season 1 finale, so welcome all. And I cannot justify my house looking like this for another moment, especially the conclusion of season 1, so let's fix this. Well, I believe everyone has met Gather Chunks now, but if you haven't, this here is Gather Chunks. If you are new, welcome to the series. I definitely recommend checking out the rules for logging chunks for a detailed explanation, but I do go over all the key points and rules throughout this episode, so stick around if you don't want to go see that about 5-minute video. And I do want to quickly mention that I did hit 100 subscribers, which is a huge milestone for me, and thank you all so much for the support. And I have an ambitious goal of hitting 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Now, we currently have about 4 months left of the year. I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Since this is a season finale, I'll be giving away 2 bonds to 2 random people in the comments to celebrate. I only see it as fitting. This is a big accomplishment for me to finish season 1, which arbitrarily I've made up to 100 collection log items. So this is completely free to enter. Just leave your RSN in the comments, along with just if you liked the video, if you didn't like the video, if you got any tips, if you think I stink, whatever it is, just let me know. I will be doing this 14 days after this video goes live, which I don't currently have a date for this, so just 14 days after the video goes live. To let you know you've won, I will reply to your comment telling you won, and to add my main Renry so we can meet up in-game and exchange the bond. Oh, and I want to mention one last thing, no subscription, no like is required for this, just leave a good old comment and that's it. Nothing else, no strings attached, just leave a comment and you might get picked. With all that being said, enjoy the video and thank you all so much for the support. Construction is a huge money sink skill, but the benefits from it provide the best quality of life changes for any account. Now currently I am level 32 construction, and my goal this episode is to get to level 65. This is going to cost about 3.5 mil if I were to train it traditionally, and part of my rule set I do want to mention is that I cannot use other players' POHs. Who wants to train construction traditionally? Now let me introduce you to the best and most notable thing to happen to the construction skill since the Falador massacre. Mahogany homes. This method of training construction consists of you going to various towns across Gielinor and fixing up homes. The GP cost is way less than the traditional method, but slower XP. To me, saving that GP is well worth the slower XP, plus this activity has 8 collection log items locked behind it. Now, we have most locations unlocked, but we are missing just these 2 chunks, and thankfully they are adjacent to the ones we already have, so let's get to work on getting those. Well, I can think of no better way to kick off the season finale of logging chunks than to get 70 mining, adamant ore, huge XP boost here, and size 7 stars, amazing, and expert mining gloves, which are on the collection log. All good things to come from 70, and I currently have all of Prospector outfit unlocked. What I'm currently going for is the gem bag. It's not super useful, but it does have a use here at least. Granted, I'm going to be getting it next to last. The coal bag will be the last item, because I'm pretty sure it has no use. But this is what we're saving up for right now, and I think currently I have about 75 golden nuggets. Gem bag cost 100. Alright, now I'm not entirely sure if I have all of these pieces for this random event, but let's go ahead and see now. Nope, I did not. There is the Lederhosen top. That is the first item of the video, which I did not plan on getting. I wanted to get the gem bag as the first item, but hey, it's all good. We got an item out of it. Alright, and there it is. We finally have 100 golden nuggets. That took way too long. As you can see, I am basically halfway through level 71. I'm just ready to get this item. Let's go ahead and get the gem bag. And the gem bag is now obtained. Not a very useful item, but it kind of helps in Motherlode Mine and a few other niche places, but pretty much a useless item. But for us, it's kind of useful because we can unlock a chunk with it. So let's go ahead and put this in the tab, and I already put the Lederhosen top in here. Let's go ahead and put that in there as well. And if you are new to the series, this is what the tab looks like. They are all in order, in the order I received them on the account. And if you're wondering why I have 20 million coins worth of platinum tokens in this tab, it is because I pay for each chunk with GP as well as one collection log item. Now this is 5,000 times the numerical order of the chunk unlock. So for example, I'm about to unlock chunk 89 and that's going to cost 445k, and then chunk 90 will cost 450 and so on. You know, maybe I'm going crazy or something, but I have never noticed these little black rings around the fountain here in Varrock. Has anyone else ever noticed those before? Are they new or something? So to get those 2 chunks, it's going to cost basically 900k, and I don't quite have enough money for that, but no worries, I have this ore from doing Motherlode Mine itself, which it's looking like maybe 400k total, but also I have a ton of Quarms as well as Limports. I've been farming, and by the way, I only have 2 farming patches, in case you are wondering. This Valandor patch over here and the Artie patch right over here. These are the only 2 patches I currently have, but I do want to change that somewhat soon. Okay, so from the mining, we get a grand total of 542k. Pretty good. And yeah, this is where all the money is. So from the farming, looks like we get about 1.6 mil. So we are 2.15 mil richer on the account. Put that in there for basically a 3 mil cash stack now. We can totally afford up to maybe 6 chunks or so, 7 maybe. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pay for those 2 chunks. So that's chunk 89 and chunk 90, so 445 and 450 respectively, for a total of 895 platinum tokens, and then slap those into the tab. So now let's go get those chunks. Alrighty, and there we go. So we didn't actually technically need this chunk here, but I wanted to get it for the house teleport. It'll make things much easier when I have to go to this area to fix up some houses. And this is actually huge because we get another farming patch, which I believe now no longer has any sort of requirement. So that is now a new farming patch unlocked as well from this. Alright, so first thing is first, we need to relocate our house to Hasidius. And thankfully we do have the construction level to do that. Only cost 8.7k. Alright, and the second step is to buy the materials. Now, I'm not level 50 yet, so I can't do the adept contracts. I'm going to be doing the novice ones, which require oak planks. So I bought 500, which should be plenty to get me 250, which when I do get 50, I will switch to adept. And 100 steel bars, which should be overkill to do all the way to 65. And the penultimate step is to gear up. So I have a mud battle staff, and which is on the collection log, and my rule is I can buy it, but if I ever get it via collection log means I can never sell the item for the GP. I'll just sell it and convert it to platinum tokens, if that makes sense. But this is the gear I'm going to be using. I know I'm fairly heavy with 28 kg, but you get a cup of tea after every contract, which should keep me at 100 to constantly running. Alrighty, and the final step is to actually get the contract. So Amy, I would love a novice contract if you don't mind. And our first contract is Valandor, perfect. So I have all the teleports here that I need, being the Hasidius, which is the outside house teleport, and Valandor, Varrock, and Artie. So I have all teleports I need for this, so let's just hope I don't accidentally click on Camelot, because I do not have that chunk. Alright, these 2 things right here, after I do the contract, should be 50 construction on the account. Let's go ahead and get that turned in now. And there it is. I would love a cup of tea. There is 50 construction on the account. We can now do adept contracts as well as build a 25 room house. Very good. So let's go to the GE and let's go get some teak planks. So as you can see here, we had just enough oak planks to get us from 32 all the way to 50. Now, I think teak logs are fairly pricey, but it will be well worth the GP cost here. Right at 1,000 coins. I can buy, I have no idea how much it's going to take to even get to 65. Level 65 is about 450,000 XP. Right now I'm at 100,000 XP, so I need 350,000. I have no idea how much per teak plank, all that. I don't know all the math behind adept contracts. I'm just gonna guess, let's say 800. Let's go with 800 and let's see if that's enough. I gotta remember to hit 3 on the keyboard instead of 2. So our first one is going to be same place as usual, but these require a bit more planks, and you're almost guaranteed to use a steel bar every single time, as well as you do get an additional 1 point, I believe, per contract. Novice ones give 3, and I believe these give 4. So the first item we are going for is actually going to be the plank sack, I don't know why I came all the way to the bank. I have all the stuff here. But the plank stack will be super useful, super quality of life for doing these contracts. Oh, I kind of skipped through that one quickly, but that is a 55 construction. And I think it said I could now build hard stash units. I'm pretty sure it said that. This interface is a complete mess, so give me a second to find it. Okay, yeah, there it is. So I can now build up to hard stash units, which is super cool. I actually didn't remember that these were tied behind a construction level. So now we have the medium and the hard. All right, and this turn-in is going to be level 60 construction on the account. Very large, very good. Throne room, pretty cool. And we're almost at 350 points. We actually just need one more contract, so let's go do that real quick. Okay, and we are back. So unfortunately, for whatever reason, RuneLight has I guess a 1 contract delay, but I have done 99 contracts and 351 points, which is enough to buy our first item, the plank sack. So let's go ahead and get that. And definitely the best item to get from the reward shop here. It's going to make doing these contracts super, super easy. I can put up to 28 planks in here, so yeah, it's essentially 2 inventories of planks, which I don't have to make near as much, which after 60 construction, I finally can do this. So let's keep going. Well, all right, here it is. The final turn-in for 65 construction on the account. I don't really need it for anything in particular. I think 65 is just pretty good, just in general, to upgrade your POH. So before I go any further, I do want to mention I did change my chat box here. I like the way this one looks much better. Alright, so we have just enough points to get 2 additional collection log items here. So we're going to get the supply crate, followed by the carpenter's boots. I typically like to get the more expensive items first, but yeah, I just have the perfect amount for these 2, so I'm going to go ahead and get them now. So at first, the carpenter boots. And there we have those. Go ahead and put those on. Nice. Put those immediately back on. And then one more here. We're going to get the supply crate. For whatever reason, that is also on the collection log. So that is nice to get as well. So in total, we got 3 collection log items from that. Well, I accidentally opened the supply crate, which removed the item from the game. So I'm going to go ahead and buy another one. I already got the points. So let's go ahead and get another one. And nothing happened. I only got 9 limestone from that crate anyways, so it wasn't even a good mess up. Alright, so let's go ahead and put these in the bank in the order we got them. So the plank sack, the carpenter boots, followed by the supply crate, which I totally didn't have to buy 2 of. So the numbers are in from 32 to 65 construction with Mahogany homes. It cost me a grand total of 1.6 mil. It took 427 oak planks, 1,251 teak planks, 78 steel bars, and total time it took about 4.5 hours. Overall, not too bad at all. So now I'm gonna go make some money because I only have about 300k left, and upgrading your house costs a ton of money. Okay, I just logged in and not sure exactly what's going on here, but okay. Okay, I see. Well, okay, it looks like they're all out of items, but they were dropping. There was one, there's another, dropping a bunch of high value items, and everyone's going crazy for them. Okay, so I think that's enough money for now. I got 1.7 mil. I did some burning amulets. Yep, they were back up for a brief time, so I did about 650 of them, and I made about 900k from them. I also sold a little bit of farming supplies to get an extra about 550k or so there. So yeah, 1.7 mil. Let's go work on the house now. So I think I have my house all set up, so let's go take a look. Okay, I would definitely say this is better. Definitely not where I want it to be, but it's definitely a work in progress. So let's do a quick tour. So we got the Mountain Glory, and then rugs in all the rooms for coziness. We got teleports to the South Graveyard, which is actually used for a fairy ring, which is pretty convenient. Already Valador, Lumbridge, and Varrock over there, so just some basic teleports that I have access to. An altar, just in case I need to restore some prayer real quick. Some cozy living room space. Kitchen, which is not fully set up, but it'll get there. And a pretty cozy bed. So again, not too much over here, but it's looking a little better, right? I mean, at least a little. So entering the house portal in build mode in the Hosidius area gave me an easy Corinne task, and changing the stone here to fancy stone was a hard Ferox task. I also built the Pool of Restoration, which I glanced over, but this is definitely the most pricey item in this house by far, as if you could call this house pricey at all. But grand total, I spent about 900k on all of this, which, believe it or not, it's 900k to do what I did here. So in total, it looks like I spent about 2.5 mil on construction this episode. That is definitely the most money I've ever invested into a skill on this account by far. So let's go make a bit more money, because currently this wouldn't even buy 2 chunks. And there is a kind of big mage level, 76 magic, 70 combat, still magic based. So I'm almost done enchanting all these. I want to get to 70 crafting, which I need about 200 more. And after that, I'm going to change my money making up just a little. And here's the last bracelet for 70 crafting. Fun fact, the 70 crafting is the maximum skill requirement needed for the Questscape, as well as the maximum skill requirement for the hard achievement diaries. So I don't have to do any more crafting for quite some time, and I'm finally looking forward to doing a different moneymaker, which I will tell you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm finally all done with Bracelets of Slaughter for now, and crafting in general to make money on this account. I think I made 800 to 1,000 here. I'm pretty sick of it now. Being 70 crafting now, I should be fine for the foreseeable future. I need to start doing better money making methods, and I have the perfect thing. So I'm going to be taking full advantage of the Ferox Enclave, and I know what you're thinking, last man standing, right? Absolutely not. I am going to kill the green dragons right up here, just south of the ruins and just north of the Graveyard of Shadows. I can expect, the wiki says 900k GP per hour. I am absolutely not expecting that. I'm expecting maybe 400 to 500k GP per hour, because with my current stats, I'm not really super strong. I think they'll slap me up pretty well, but I'm kind of in the combat bracket for them. They're level 78, I'm level 70. I think there's 5 up there. Only thing I gotta watch out for is PKers, which I should be fine in general because it's super close to the Ferox Enclave. So let's go kill some dragons. But first we do have to get those chunks. So that is going to be chunk 91 for 455,000 coins, and then chunk 92 for 460,000 coins. And these are the 2 collection log items we're using, the plank sack, followed by the carpenter's boots. And into the tab, there we go. Man, I just noticed that I got all of these music tracks just by leaving the Ferox Enclave. I have no idea how many this is. Crazy. Okay, so I've just ran up here, and it doesn't actually look like I actually need this ruins chunk here. So I'm just going to hold off for now, I guess. It seems like they can occasionally wander in there, but they wander back fairly quickly. So I think I'm just going to hold that for now. So technically I have the next chunk paid for already, being chunk 92, but I've only unlocked the 91st chunk so far. But let's go gear up and kill some dragons. So I think I'm all ready now. I got some blue D-hide, rune boots, the D-long, of course the anti-fire shield, combat bracelet, a little bit of tank in the helmet slot, and then just a dueling ring. Nothing really else to put in the ring slot. And as for the inventory, this is what we are going with. Some super strength, super attack, looting bag I got from, I think, Chaos Druids way back, like episode 2 or 3. And then just some decent food, some monkfish and lobsters. So let's see what we can get. I'm going to test this for 1 hour and see how it goes. Well, let's go ahead and scratch that plan because I've already been PK'd 2 times. So let's go ahead and cut our losses and sell this little bit of stuff we got. I was only there for like 35 minutes. Tons of PKers showed up. They want to clear out bots. I'm an easy target. I kind of forgot that I'm at the perfect combat bracket for most pures to attack me, and they have high mage, high range. So yeah, I probably should have considered that a little more. It's not a completely dead chunk. We'll be back there eventually when we're a little stronger. So for now, it's just going to sit there because we don't really need to go back there for quite some time, unfortunately. So let's go figure out a different moneymaker. Okay, so I've landed on making air orbs. Now the input is this much, 357, which isn't too bad, but you can make about 1280 from the air orb, making this close to 900 GP profit per one you make. I think I can make 500 to 550 if I manually cast the spell. So I'm looking at least a 450 to 500k profit GP per hour. I'm assuming even if I get PK'd once or twice doing this, it'll be okay. At least for money. And the only thing is I need this chunk right here. Now we've already paid for a chunk, being I thought I needed this chunk over here. I didn't. So I'm actually gonna divert and go to this wilderness chunk, funny enough. Alrighty, and this is the last air orb for a long time, I hope. So I have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and sell everything we got and see how much money we made and go over everything. So here we are. So let's check the history real quick, and I do want to show you I have sold approximately 600 air orbs. I have 1400 here, so I did a total of 2000. I'm now up to 77 magic, which I do have a goal this episode. I want to get to 79 magic for a reason I will tell you somewhat soon. But I also have a ton of Quarms and a ton of Limpworts because I've been doing as many farm runs as possible. So, moment of truth, how much do we get? And we get a grand total of 3.831 mil. I'm pretty sure, at least I hope, this is enough to do my episode goals for the remainder of the episode. I'm close to a 4.2 mil cash stack. I think I calculated I needed about 4 mil, so I think we're cutting it close, but we should have enough. So the first thing I want to knock out is getting this chunk right here. Now, we have the supply crate to use to unlock this chunk. We have plenty of GP now. This is going to be very useful because A, I could teleport to Camelot right here, right by the achievement diary icon, and I can also use this farming patch, so that will be another farming patch unlocked so I can make even more GP. And if you're observant, you may have noticed that I have 8 selected chunks on the chunk picker. I'm going to be revealing those over the episode, the remainder of the episode, so be sure to stay tuned for all of that. But this is chunk number 1, so let's go get that one. It is time to pay for that chunk, so this is going to be chunk 93 for a grand total of 465,000 coins, and again, I'll be using the supply crate. So once I use this, we are all caught up on collection log items, so we would need 7 more, essentially, to complete the episode to get to 100 chunks. Platinum tokens, and into the tab, for over 22 mil now. Alright, and there we go. So we do get any music tracks for going up here. Looks like we got one Camelot, very nice. So I didn't mention, I don't think I mentioned it at all this episode so far. I got here by a physical form of travel, which is in the rule set. Any physical form of travel, such as charters, minecarts, hot air balloons, stuff like that, I can use to unlock chunks. I just can't use any magical methods of transportation to get to new chunks. So I could have teleported here the whole time, I just never did because that's a magical form of travel, but now we officially unlocked it via physical forms of travel. So it is nice to go ahead and teleport here. So let's teleport now because I'm assuming it's a task. And yep, a medium Corinne area task, nice. I definitely had to be careful over here because the leprechaun thankfully is on this side of the chunk, but he's literally one tile from the other chunk I don't have access to. Just gotta be a little careful. So the first step is to get to 70 construction. Now I know the episode goal was to get to 65 and I've already achieved that, but 70 is for the stamp pool in the house. I really want to get that. I'm tired of going to the Ferox Enclave every time I need to restore run. So what I did was got all the supplies, which cost straight at 900k. I think this is a well worth investment. So this should be plenty, but we'll see. And here we are a couple hours later getting 70 construction on the account. We can now do expert contracts as well as build the restoration pool in our house. A very massive level indeed. So if we check the reward shop here real quick, we don't actually have enough points to get anything else currently. I already have these 2 items, so I'll just get another item later on down the line when I get to like my next construction goal, which would probably be 75, but definitely not this episode. I literally had just enough planks. I have 5 left over, so I didn't do any calculations, I just guessed. So it was a perfect guess, pretty much. So now we have the level to upgrade our pool of restoration to a revitalization pool. I think in the last clip I said restoration pool, but yeah, we can make the stamination revitalization pool, 10 stams, which I can buy on the GE, it's in the rules, and that costs about 85,000 coins, not too bad. So let's go ahead and upgrade it now. And there we go. So this restores, I believe, stats plus your run energy now. A massive thing for me because I do so many farm runs. So from 32 all the way to 70 construction, I spent around 3.4 mil, including house upgrades, maybe 3.5. And I estimated, or I guess I estimate that the total cost via traditional methods of construction from 32 to 70 would have cost at least, I'd say, 8 mil. So I think I saved about 4.5 mil GP. It took maybe 2 or 3 more hours extra time. So a very, very good time investment, a good money save as well. So a bit earlier I had mentioned that I wanted to get 79 magic, and that's for a certain reason. If you notice, in my house I had an open, empty teleport frame, and I want to put the Barrows teleport there. Now to do that I need level 83 magic, but I can +4 mage boost with a magic potion actually. So my goal is 79. And I'm at the MTA currently, and I'm going to get 2 additional items, being the Infinity Gloves, as well as the Apprentice Wand. Now I spent about 200k GP on runes, so I also need to buy another Beginner's Wand, because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 95% sure that when you upgrade your Beginner's Wand to an Apprentice Wand, it consumes the initial item, it upgrades it. So I would essentially need to buy each item, each wand, before I move on to the next. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to spend overtime a lot of money on that, but that's all good. Let's knock this mage level out. Runelight makes this game so easy. You used to have just the blinking arrow here with the box. Now you have that additionally with the next spot you go to, which you just saw was in blue. I mean, Runelight, it just makes this game way too easy, but we all love it. And let's go ahead and turn these in for all of our points in the enchantment room. More importantly, all of the points we need for these 2 items we were going for. If you look here, everything is, at least I hope my math is good, everything should be good here. And I just gotta say, I love the Alchemist Room XP drop you get when you deposit coins. It's so good. But let's go quickly buy the Beginner's Wand from the GE and then come back and purchase our new items. Okay, it's not selling for this, so let's try to buy it for 175 and see if that buys. Okay, it bought for 158. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, and here we are at the Rewards Guardian. Now, here's my 2 Beginner's Wands, the one I bought, and then the one I got way back episode 3, or maybe 4, I don't quite remember. Let's go ahead and trade him. And I hope my math is good, so let's go ahead and get these Affinity Gloves first. And there is item number 1, the Infinity Gloves. Let's get item number 2, the Apprentice Wand. And yep, I have just enough, and I have 2 Beginner Wands, so it'll override. And yep, just as I thought, there is the Apprentice Wand as well. Sorry for the spam, but yeah, there is 2 more items of MTA now achieved. Very, very nice. So getting those 2 items just now reminded me that there is now 1535 collection log items. I'm going to keep up with it in the editing. I think these past 2, maybe 3 items I've obtained were after the game update came in, which released, funny enough, another spider boss. Don't know why we need another one, but Araxor just came out, actually as of recording this about 4 or 5 days ago. But there is now that many items to obtain, so making our goal of getting to 1500 just a little easier. So let's put these in the tab in the order we got them. So we got the gloves first, followed by the Apprentice Wand, and then put our original Beginner's Wand in the bank, way up there. So that begs the question, what 2 chunks am I going to unlock with those 2 new items? And you may have picked up on it, I'm heading to Barrows. So I'm going to unlock Morton, followed by Barrows, the chunk itself. I might do the quest, might not, I'm not sure, the Shades of Morton quest. But yeah, I've unlocked all these chunks just throughout the series, gone down here, so we just have 2 chunks left down here to get to Barrows. I'm super excited, I'm super looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure we're strong enough. If Settled can do it on 1 HP and no damage, I think we can do it too. So that's what we're working for now. But currently we are not 79 magic. I'm about 80% to level 79, so it won't take too long. I'm just going to go back to the alchemist room because that's pretty good mage experience. So once I get 79, I'll build the house portal, and then I think we're going to start doing some Barrows runs. So real quick, let's go ahead and pay for those 2 chunks. That is 470 for chunk 94, and then 475 for chunk 95. 945 to complete the route to Barrows. Not too bad at all. And then these 2 items are being used for payment. So let's put these in the tab and let's go get those chunks. But first I had to get 79 magic, and I'm 1.1k away, 700 coins here. If you don't know, you get 2 XP per 1 coin you turn in. So this should be 1,426. And yep, there it is for 79 magic. Nothing major other than Entangle. I guess it's a pretty good spell to have unlocked. But we can +4 boost, so let's go build that Barrows teleport portal and go unlock those 2 chunks. So with those 2 chunks now unlocked, we actually gain access to the Shade Catacombs, which I believe has 14 collection log items within it. So that is nice and a very underrated part of this chunk. But we do have to do the Shades of Morton quest, I believe, to do that content. But we'll get around to that eventually. But we're here in the house to do the Barrows teleport portal. So without further ado, we have... I guess I should drink the magic potion first. We have all the runes we need. And there is the +4 magic boost to 83. And then we can make number 3 to nowhere to go to Barrows. Figured this thing was in order. It is not, but there it is. The Barrows teleport portal is now built. So let's go ahead and enter that. The chunk is unlocked, so I can now get there. I got there via physical form travel first. And there we go. So this is where it puts you very, very conveniently by the 6 mounds to Barrows. So without further ado, let's go gear up and do some Barrows. Alright, so here's what I've landed on. Some decent tank gear. I'm going to be using Wind Wave for all the Barrows brothers, apart from a Rim. I'm going to use range for him. I have rune arrows along with, I'm 50 range currently, so just blue d'hide and some magic short bow. I got potions here, basically a superset. Prayer potions, a ranging potion, and all the Barrows brothers do have a air weakness, which is somewhat recent. A couple of months ago, that update came out to where they assign weaknesses to certain creatures and NPCs throughout Galenor. Barrows is one of them, and they have an air weakness, so using air spells here is really, really good. I have pretty high expectations. I should be able to do this no problem, and if I do have a plan after chest 1, which chest 1 I'm going to get to 100% because a bolt rack is on the collection log, and you're guaranteed bolt racks, I'm pretty sure, if you get 100%, and then after that, I'm going to be using just the 83 or 86%, whatever it is. Alright, and there's all of the Barrows brothers killed. We have 100% potential. I should get bolt racks here. Do I get lucky? A 1 KC item? I don't even get bolt racks. Okay, let's see how it is. But I do have the strange icon, which should be some nice prayer XP. So yeah, that took quite a bit of prayer. It was really not that hard. It just took almost 2 prayer potions. I think what I should do is teleport to the house maybe twice, restore my prayer, and go back. I think that would save me a lot of money. So I think if we give this icon to him, he should give us some prayer XP. Okay, he gives us a dusty map, 20,000 prayer XP for 51 prayer. I glanced over it, but that flyer I got, I'm pretty sure exposes the Barrows area down there. So like I could see it on the mini map now. Yeah, I just got down here for chest number 2, and the map is all lit up now, so that's a very nice little thing, a quality of life upgrade. This run is going much better. I've used no prayer potions. I've just teleported to the POH about 5 times, I'd say. So not too bad. Alright, we're at 100% again, which I looked it up. You don't actually need 100% to get bolt racks. I think you just need 88.1%, but still got it anyways. So chest number 2, we get no bolt racks again, and not a very good loot. Alright, I got a very fitting random in the middle of my run, so what do I get? It looks like I get 2 more items to the collection log. Zombie gloves, followed by the zombie trousers. Okay, very nice, very nice. Alright, this is KC 10. Surely I can get lucky. Nope. But there is a easy combat task at least. Now, I'm currently at 97 collection log items. I need 3 more to get to 100, and I want Barrows to be my 99th and 100 being a bolt rack and a 1 Barrows item. So I'm going to go get 1 piece of the Shazian armor. This is what my current collection log tab is looking like for the Shazians, 16 and a 25. I'm going to get tier 4 of something, maybe the gloves or something, but I'm going to go do that. After that, I'm going to go get some prayer levels because I'm very close to 52. I think I'm just going to go for like 55 or so because that's going to be like 40 something K XP, which my method is 2 GP per 1 XP, I think still. So it'll cost me about another 80k to do that, which isn't too bad. It'll help out with Barrows. Alright, so this method is currently about a 2.5 GP per 1 XP. It's gone up a little and sold heads have gone up about 50%, but still 2.5 GP per 1 XP is not bad at all. Alright, and there we go. There is the Shazian Gloves 4, collection log item number 98. And into the tab it goes. I also put the zombie gloves and the zombie trousers in there as well. And there is the last reanimated hill giant for 56 prayer. I went to 56 because 56 gives me a new prayer potion restore bracket, which gives I think plus 21 now per prayer potion I sip, which helps out just a little more. So now let's head back to Barrows. Hey, there it is finally. The bolt rack has been achieved. KC 12. Pretty decent chest, yeah, right? 16k. Well, now I can finally stop getting 88.1%. I can go down. I'm not sure the exact percentage, I'll look it up, but from now on, no more bolt rack rolls. So let's put those in the tab and they will stay there permanently. I might just sell 35, I might keep all 36, not sure, but that's where they are. So now all we have to do is get 1 Barrows item, which will go right here for the 100th spot. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, and we get... Oh, there's our first item! It's the worst item. Oh man, the Rim's hood for the collection log item 100. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Oh man, I wish it could have been anything else. I guess a Rim staff would have been worse. But there is collection log item number 100. I do think this is one of the few items I can actually use. I cannot use it because I don't have 70 defense, never mind. There it is. KC 21. It is done. Alrighty, let's go ahead and put it in the tab. So there it goes into the tab for item 100. Actually worth kind of a lot, 272k. I guess it does have some use, which I will be using it. It's just a Rim's hood for the first item is kind of a meme, I feel like. But we also got a very cursed number of coins from that chest. Let's put those away. So I think it's time to reveal what we're going to use these 5 collection log items on. So I do want to quickly mention that it says 96 unlocked chunks, 5 selected. This adds up to 101. But from the beginning, my rule was that Lumbridge here is free and does not count towards the order. So technically this should say 95, I just don't have a way to get it to say 95, so it says 96, this adds up to 101, but this is chunk 100, I'm going to unlock chunks 96 through 100. So I'm heading way up here to the wilderness. I know it sounds pretty random, but let me explain briefly. See, I can get up here via physical form of travel with the canoe from Edgeville way up to here. It doesn't show on the map here, but there's a canoe location at this pond, and I can walk all the way through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because the Artie Easy Diary requires you to pull that lever in Artie, and it takes you right up to here to the deserted keep. And this is a magical form of travel. I'm considering it, at least. It makes sense to me that it's a magical form of travel, and that's, again, part of my rules. No magical forms of travel to unlock new chunks. I have to get here via physical form of travel, which is my feet. So this is what we're working towards right now. Total, it's going to cost 2.45 mil to unlock. Currently I have 400k, so I got to make it 2 mil more. Between the Barrows loot and the farm runs I've been doing, I should have enough. So here we are back now. This is what I got from Barrows, these runes. And as for the blood runes, I used basically most of them. I have 141 left over. I didn't have to buy any apart from the additional 500, which was nice. It looks like I, over time, lost some, but I don't have the 733 that I initially got, or I guess I got through Barrows, but here's what we're working with. A lot of money and farming supplies. And I cannot sell this Arim's Hood because it needs to permanently stay in the bank because it's a collection log item. So if I obtain a second one, I can sell that second one. But yeah, the first one, it stays in here permanently. So let's sell all of this and see how much moolah we make. So from the Barrows runes, we get a total of 556, not bad. And here's all the money. We get a grand total of basically 2 mil from that. So this is perfect. This is all the money we need. I am very pleased with that. Having all 4 farming patches active now makes a huge difference, as that was only like maybe 10 to 12 farm runs, which like 3 days IRL time, not bad at all. And I want to quickly mention, I have no idea how much I spent on between food and potions and runes. My best guess is going to be like 400 to 500k range. Okay, it is time to pay for all of that, so we're gonna just speed through this real quick. 480. Okay, there we go. And last but not least, there is 500k for the 2.45 mil. 2.45 mil to complete the RD Easy Diary. I don't think anyone's paid that much ever, but yep, there it is. 25.6 mil, I think that says, worth of platinum tokens during season 1. The tab is 33.7 mil. So now we can go unlock all of those chunks and complete an achievement diary, the entire premise of this series. Okay, so we're here at the canoe, and if we look at the map here, there's a canoe location here that the chunk picker did not show, and it does say no departure, so I'm essentially stuck up here unless I get killed or I use the lever to get out. I can't actually walk because this is above 30 wilderness, can't teleport. Here might be level 30 right on this edge, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll be stranded up here, so I have to get to the lever or get PK'd or killed by a random spider. But here we are, wilderness pond, no canoe trees here. Let's travel up there now. I should have unlocked that chunk first. Hindsight, it's definitely better than 2020. I already paid for it, so it's all good. Let me just go ahead and unlock it now. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's work on getting all of these other chunks. And there it is, the 100th chunk unlocked on the account. I've had this plan for quite some time now. Yeah, I'm super happy to finally get to 100 chunks. And here is the lever, the last step in the RD diary that we needed to complete. I do have about 3 or 4 steps to do, but I will go ahead and do this one now. So I can teleport straight from here to, I believe this one takes you to RD. And I can take it straight back for the easy task, as well as a wilderness easy task. Very, very nice. Super happy about the RD one especially. So the last steps we currently have to do is the rune essence, the silk trader, enter the combat ring, which we can do, and view the emporium and Yanil. Save that one for last. Alrighty, so we just have the step in Yanil to do, so let's go ahead and get in here. Does anyone else hear them? I feel like there's always just this music playing every time I go to Yanil. I don't understand what's going on with that. Alright, so let's get Alec, trade him. There it is. The final step in the RD Easy Diary is now completed. Let's head over to 2 Pints, get our cape. The cape we've paid so much for. Alrighty, 2 Pints. Hand it over. And there it is. See you later, 2 Pints, for RD Cape 2 one day. It's officially time to retire the red cape. It served us well during Season 1. Season 2, RD Cape all the way. It's so good to have. Such an easy upgrade for literally any account, but chunk accounts, not so much. But especially regular chunk accounts, you'll never see this item on them. But we have the RD Cape 1 finally. We can teleport to the monastery whenever we please to restore prayer. Teleports you right down to here. Pretty decent teleport over here for Fairy Ring 2. Ah, it looks so good. As for the lamp, I don't have any skill above 30. I'd use it on runecrafting, herb lore, or slayer, but I don't have either of those to level 30. I'm just gonna do agility. So the conclusion of season 1, this is the chunks we have in the Corinne area, and 1 and 2 are the first and second chunk we unlocked this episode. So here is what we got over here. And then here is the bulk of the chunks that we unlocked this episode. And again, they are in order from 3 through 12 in the order I got them this episode. And I'm very pleased with the progress here. This map is looking still very, very incomplete, but for some reason, the world of Gielinor with 100 chunks feels so big right now. Well, there we have it. Season 1 is in the books. There is so much left to do. This account is now in full swing, and I'm having an absolute blast with this series. This is the end of Season 1 and the beginning of Season 2, where I'm upping the ante. 2 collection log items are needed, plus the GP per chunk. Season 2 is going to have new chunk unlocks, new goals, new things for us to do and to see, and I'm really looking forward to it. Don't forget to leave your RSN and leave a comment down in the comments below for your chance to win these 2 bonds that I have to give away off my main Renry. And lastly, I'm going to be putting together a little montage of these past 100 collection log items that I've obtained, so stick around for that. It's going to be maybe 2 minutes or so. I haven't made it yet. But yeah, it's going to be about 2 minutes, and it'll display all of the collection log items that I currently have up from episode 1 all the way to now. So with all that being said, thank you for joining me in season 1, and I will see you in season 2 of Logging Chunks.